In this video, I will review how to solve the area and perimeter section on our Unit 2 test review for the standard MD.1.3. Number 1 says Sonia's rectangular living room is 9 feet wide and has a perimeter of 30 feet. What is the length of her living room? So I'm going to annotate my text with the important information. 9 feet is important. Perimeter of 30 feet is important. The question is important. What is the length of her living room? I'm going to circle length because that's something I'm trying to find. So I understand that I know the width and the perimeter, and I'm trying to find the length of the living room. So I understand this problem. The next I'm going to do is draw a picture for my plan section. So it says it's a rectangular living room, so I'll draw a rectangle. Then I'm going to see what I know. The length I don't know yet, so I'll write L equals question mark. That's what I'm trying to find. It's 9 feet wide. 9 feet equals the width, and the perimeter equals 30 feet. So now I'm going to follow the 3 steps that I use when I have to find a missing side. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the sides I know. So if this side is 9 feet, that means this side must also be 9 feet. So I'm going to do 9 plus 9 equals 18. So this side plus this side is equal to 18 feet. Step number 2 is to subtract it from my whole. Because if I think of this as a number bond, this is the total, this is the piece I know, and I'm trying to find the width. So I need to subtract those. So next I'm going to do 30 minus 18, which is going to give me 12. So I know that the length of this side and this side is 12 combined. But to be able to find the length of just one of the sides, I need to take that 12 and divide it by 2 to give me 6. So I think the length of the living room equals 6 feet. To check this, I'm going to put this back into the area formula, the perimeter formula, and see if I'm right. My perimeter formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I know the perimeter, we said, is 30. 2 times the length, I think, is 6, plus 2 times the width is 9. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 9 is 18. If I add them up, I get 30, so I am correct. So that I solved my work over here. Here was my solve. And I checked my work right here. Check. I followed all of my UPSC strategies because this is a word problem, even though it's area and perimeter. I still use the same type of strategies in this problem. Number 2, Angelina was building a wood picture frame for her painting. The painting was 8 feet wide by 9 feet long. How much wood will she need to buy? That's supposed to say wood for her frame. Buy wood to frame her picture. So I'm going to first understand my problem and annotate it and see what is going on here. So she's building this wood picture frame for her painting. The painting was 8 feet wide and it was 9 feet long. I'm trying to figure out how much wood she would need to buy to frame her picture. Okay, so I understand my problem. Now I'm going to plan it and I'm going to draw out my picture. So I'm going to draw that it was 8 feet by 9 feet. So here's our painting. 8 feet wide by 9 feet long. Okay, and it's asking me how much wood would she need to buy for her frame. Well, I have to figure out if this is an area or perimeter problem because it does not ask me if I'm finding the area and nor does it ask me if I'm finding the perimeter. I have to figure that out myself. So I'm going to think about a picture frame around this picture. So I will put the picture frame like this around the picture. And I see that goes on the outside of it, of the object, of that rectangle. So since it goes on the outside of the object and doesn't cover the whole inside of it, I know that I'm solving for perimeter in order to figure out the wood because these are the pieces of wood in my orange. So I'm going to solve for perimeter by using my perimeter formula, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So I don't know the perimeter just yet, but I do know the length, so 2 times 9, plus I know the width, 2 times 8. Perimeter equals 2 times 9 is 18. Sorry, 16. No, that is 18. 18 plus 2 times 8 is 16. I'm going to add those together. 18 plus 16. 4, carry the 1. Sorry about the lights. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So P equals 34 feet. Remember, this is just 34 feet because this is not talking about all the little squares inside of this object. It's just talking about the feet outside of the object. So the perimeter of this object is 34 feet. So she will need 34 feet of wood to frame her picture. Okay, so I planned out my problem by doing my drawing. I solved it using my formula, and I could check over for reasonability. So I could check to make sure that this makes sense by estimating. So this is about 10 feet, and I'll say I'm going to keep this as 8. This about 10 feet. So 9. So if this was all 10 feet, 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 10 more is 30, plus 10 more is 40, and 40 is about 34. So my estimation is correct. So I checked that using estimation. Next, number 3. Our classroom needs a new tile floor. The length of our classroom is 16 feet long by 10 feet wide. How much tile will the school need to buy to install new tile in our classroom? So first I'm going to understand my problem. So I understand that we need a new tile floor, and I know how long it is and how wide the classroom is. I know I need to find out how much tile we will need to install the new tile in our classroom. I'm going to plan it out by drawing a picture. So this is a rectangle because they are unequal lengths. So I'm going to draw this out. So it is 10 feet wide by 16 feet long. And now I'm going to figure out if I need to find the area and perimeter. Same as the other one. It's not asking me what is the area, nor is it asking me what is the perimeter, but I could find out by thinking about this real world situation. Does tile just go on the outside of the room, or does it cover the whole inside of the room? If we look around the classroom, I see tiles all over the floor. It covers the whole entire inside of it. So I must be solving for area because the area is the measurement of a space inside of an object. So this is an area problem. So I'm going to do area equals length times width because that's my area formula. I don't know the area yet. So now I'm on my solve step. But I do know my length is 16 and my width is 10. So area equals 16 times 1 is 16. I have to have one more zero, so it's 116 feet squared, or square feet. So we'll need 160 square feet of tile in order to tile our classroom floor. I'm going to check it over by ensuring that I solved my math correctly. 16 times 1 is 16. And add the 1 0, which is 160. Last one on this page. The area of the playground is 64 feet. Which of the following measurements could be the length and the width of the playground? Select all that apply. So I need to find ones that have area of 64 feet squared. And these ones that down here are going to tell me the length and the width. So I'm going to solve each of these. 8 times 8, that does equal 64. So that is one of my correct answers. If you did not know that mental math fact, you could add up 8 times in order to find 64. 3 times 21, I'm going to solve using the area model. 3 times 20 plus 1. 3 times 20 is 60. 3 times 1 is 3. 60 plus 3 is 63. So 3 times 21 is 63. So that is not one of our correct answers. Next, I'm going to solve 4 times 16 using the area model as well. 4, 10 plus 6. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 6 is 24. If I add those up, 40 plus 24, that will give me 64. So that does equal 64. So that is one of my answers. D, 5 times 13. I'll use my area model again. 10 plus 3 on top. The side is 5. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 50, add them up, would be 65. So that is not one of my answers because it's not 64. The last one, 32 times 2. I'm going to solve this one using the standard algorithm for our friends who might do it that way. But you could easily solve this using the area model as well. You could use any type of strategy you would like as long as you come up with the right answer. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. So my answer for that is 64. So that's another one of my answers. There is one more area and perimeter problem on the next page. This one says the area of a rectangle is 48 square inches. That's the area. The length of a rectangle is 12 inches. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Okay, this one might be the trickiest one because it's talking about first area, and it's giving me the area, it's giving me the length, and then it's asking me about perimeter. But we could definitely solve this. So I need to understand, that's what I just went through. We know the area, we know the length, and then we're solving for the perimeter. So I know to be able to find perimeter, I need to know the length and the width of an object. So in order to find this, I need to use the area missing sides formula in order to find out the width, and then I'm going to solve for the perimeter of the rectangle. So I understand what I need to do. Now I need to start planning. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. I know my area equals 48 square inches. And I know my length is 12 inches. But I need to now find my width. I'm not sure what that is just yet. In order to find the width, when I have a length and my area, I could put that into my formula. So A equals length times width. I know my area is 48 inches. And I know that my length is 12 inches. And I'm trying to find W. I could say to myself, 12 times what is 48? Or I could do 48 divided by 12 equals W. 48 divided by 12 is 4. So 4 is equal to W. You could also have said that by saying 12 times 4 equals 48. So now I know that this equals 4. But my answer is not 4 because remember, it's asking me to find the perimeter of the rectangle, not the width. But I had to find my width first before I could find my perimeter because I can't find perimeter without knowing the length and the width of my rectangle. So now I have to know my other formula. Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I don't know the perimeter yet. I know the length is 12, so 2 times 12. And I know my width is 4. 2 times 4. Now I'm just going to solve. Perimeter equals 2 times 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Plus 2 times 4 is 8. Add them up. The perimeter equals 32 inches. Okay. I did my plan right here where I drew my picture. I solved the problem right here and right here. And now I just need to check it over to make sure it makes sense. So I could quickly add these up in my head to make sure my perimeter is right. So first I'm going to make sure my area is right, actually. So I'm going to say 12 times 4. Does that equal 48? Yes, 12 times 4 does equal 48. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly add up all of my sides in order to make sure I did my perimeter formula right. 12 plus 12 is 24. Plus 4 more would be 28. Plus 4 more would be 32. Yes, I checked it and my answer does make sense, and I did check it over to make sure I didn't have any calculation errors. Check out the next video to start solving multiplicative comparisons.